we'll gather around, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong, together we belong.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to use Into Resin's Hippo mold. Now I have these buttons that my daughter had given me like a year ago, and I haven't found a use for them yet, right? And I don't know where she got them from. It was just something that was laying around that she didn't want. So we're going to incorporate that into our piece today. Now I have mixed up some of Let's Resin's epoxy resin for this, and I haven't put it through my bubble remover yet. We're gonna add some floating like glitter to it. It's just like this really pretty, gorgeous mint green. And I thought that that would be absolutely beautiful with this. Just a little hint of sparkle in there with the buttons. Now these buttons are multicolored and they have like flowers on the outside of them. And I just thought it would be something kind of cool to do. So now that I've got the glitter mixed into my resin, I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my bubble remover to get the bubbles out. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is, yes, I sprayed a little bit of alcohol in here. I don't necessarily like to do that with, especially with these molds, but we're going to. So I poured a little bit of my clear resin in, and now I'm just going into where like the eyes and just the all of the ears and all of that good stuff are in this mold, and getting out any air pockets that are there just from pouring the resin in. And I'm just going to do that until I'm pretty satisfied that I don't have any issues with the air bubbles in there, because that would be just devastating. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just the tiniest bit more resin to it. And then we're going to put some of the buttons in and kind of get them all coated really, really well. Now, I don't want a whole lot of clear in here. Like I want it to be packed full of the buttons. And I know that they're heavy, so they're going to fall, right? Now, what I didn't anticipate on was them all kind of getting stuck together as soon as they got wet with the resin, which is what they did. So as I'm kind of mixing them up, I'm trying to break them apart as well. And then also I'm adding a little bit of resin, just like I'm mixing it up, adding a little bit more of resin when I need to. Then we're going to add more buttons, and we're just going to kind of slowly do this. And what that's going to do is it's going to help eliminate the possibility of having a clear layer at the bottom. Now, I'm not filling this mold completely up. I want our little hippo to have like a black bottom to it, because I thought color-wise that would go best. There are a handful of black buttons in here, and I didn't necessarily want to pick any one particular color out of the buttons and focus on that. I just thought that black would be best in showcasing all of the colors in this one. And no, I did not need my husband's help to pick black for this. So now what I'm doing is I'm still just mixing it around and very slowly trying to see how much resin it's going to like come to the surface, if that makes sense, and how much more I need to add and all of that. Now, the one thing that I am going to do is I don't necessarily want any part of the head to be black. I really just want that for like the bottom half of it, mainly the feet, but obviously it's not going to just be the feet. So once I had the head shoved full of buttons, and I was kind of happy that I didn't have too much clear resin in there, I put it up on a little plastic cup and tilted the mold and let it cure kind of at an angle. So this way I'm not going to have all of those buttons and that resin that I have shoved in the head come back out again. All right, so I did have a lot of resin left over because I wasn't exactly sure how much this was going to take. So I have this flower mold that I recently purchased, and I thought, I'm curious to see what it looks like. So we're just going to kind of play with it. I put a little bit of I sprayed it really well with alcohol first, because this mold, those flower petals go super, super deep, and they're very, very thin. And I went in there with the alcohol, poured some clear resin in there, went around it really, really well with my silicone brush to try and get any bubbles that were stuck in all of those embossments out, hitting it with my heat gun, doing the same thing again with my silicone tool, trying to make sure that there are no bubbles in there at all. All right, so then I took some of Let's Resin's, I want to say it's the pink mica powder, added a little bit into the clear resin that I had left, and I'm just kind of haphazardly dumping it in there. Well, I didn't want to do just a pink flower, so I thought, okay, I have this really pretty, it's a metallic purple pigment paste that I recently got, and I really haven't had much of a chance to kind of play around with it. So I thought, all right, well, this is just a whatever piece, right? It's kind of like an experiment, just kind of see what happens. So I added that purple pigment paste to the resin that I already had colored with pink. And now, again, I'm just kind of throwing it in there. I don't know what effect, if any, is going to have because we have the clear resin in there. I don't know if we're going to see any of that pink or if the purple's just going to take over. Really not sure. It'll be kind of cool to see. Now, I am going around with my silicone tool and kind of not really mixing it up, but kind of just giving it a little zhuzh here and there just to try and incorporate that color to maybe mix in some. So we maybe hopefully we can get a blend of both the pink and the purple. Okay, so 24 hours later, now I've mixed up some fast cure resin and I am just adding some of Rolio's black pigment paste to it. And we're going to mix that up really well. Now, I'm not going to put this in my debubbler just because you're not really going to be able to see it anyway. As long as I can make sure that there's no bubbles trapped when I do the initial pour of the resin, we should be fine. And then I thought, okay, I don't do this often, but I want to try it. I'm going to add a bunch of that green kind of glittery stuff to the black resin. And I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but you can see the sparkle kind of peek through that black. And I thought, I don't know how much it's really going to show, if you're really going to be able to see it, but it would be kind of cool just to add that little bit of glitteriness to the black, because why not? Now I am slowly pouring in this black resin for a couple of reasons. One, I don't want to introduce more bubbles than are already there. And two, I don't want to overfill the mold. And then taking my silicone tool and just kind of going around all of those areas where the resin is going to meet that cured layer of resin. Because I notice with me personally, I typically, when I have resin layers that join like that, if I wait until it's fully cured, I typically have bubbles at that join line. So I want to kind of make sure that hopefully that isn't going to be an issue. And then once I'm done filling it up, I'm just going to dump the rest of it in the black of this flower, in the back of this flower, and we're just going to see how it turns out. Now, I did notice as I was doing this that the resin was kind of starting to come towards one direction. So this mold is like, it's not level. So I'm going to have to prop it up with a stick underneath while it cures so that I can fill it up completely and have it level and not have resin come kind of pouring out of the side. So we're just going to wait for this to cure and see what happens. And hopefully we get some really good results. So as soon as I would, hurry up and just stop because, I take forever and I get ahead of myself. Okay, so here we are, 24 hours later, and it is time to demold and see what we got. Now, the flower is made of that super squishy silicone that I absolutely love. These molds that are made with this silicone, they're so easy to demold, and this really was. Now you do need to be careful because, like I said, with this particular mold, the petals of the flower are very thin. I honestly, let's look at the results first. I think it looks kind of cool. You get a little bit of that pink poking through here and there, a lot more of the purple, which I was kind of assuming it was going to overtake it. I did put more purple in than pink. And then the black on the bottom, which was just whatever. Like, I had it left over, so that is what it is. All right, now on to demold the hippo. We'll get back to that flower in a minute, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the mold and the easiest way I think will be to use it. All right, the hippo. I love this hippo. He is so cute. Like, this mold is just all the things. I absolutely love it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at him. She is so cute. Oh my God. And I did a really good job not getting any of that black under the face. So, just because typically you're supposed to lay your molds flat and whatever doesn't mean you always have to. You can do whatever you need to do to make it work for you and what you want. All right, so just a little trim up where I guess I over poured a little bit just to get the sharp edges off. We're going to sand it down really well just to make it nice and smooth so that nobody gets cut on it. But I really do, I do love it a lot. Now, in this case, I don't think my husband has seen this yet. He's on a trip, and I don't think I had it demolded and ready for it before he left. But in this particular case, if I would have asked him and he would have picked black, he would have been right. Black, what I feel, was definitely the way to go to make all of those colors and all of those buttons just pop. All right, so the flower. Now, I did over pour, and because of the issues that I had with the mold kind of tilting, I got some edges that I needed to clean off really well. I decided that I want to highlight the tips of the leaves, of the petals. So I am just going over with my silver paint pen. Now, at the very bottom where the black and just the way that the mold was, some of the petals, I keep wanting to say leaves, some of the petals were kind of like black and purple. And like I said, it was just a whatever piece. It wasn't actually supposed to be anything really. I did decide to go completely over it with silver. Some of them look like they're supposed to be maybe the leaves that come out at the very bottom of certain flowers. Like, I don't know flowers. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what this is. I think maybe it's supposed to be, no, it can't be a rose. There's too many. It's too big. I don't know what it is, but it's a flower. I do know that much. Um, so I thought that maybe going over it all in silver was the best at the bottom. I think it turned out really pretty, all in all. Now, let's talk about the mold. So, like I've mentioned a couple of times, the petals are super, like, microscopically thin. I feel where, yes, I did use regular resin, regular epoxy for it, and I did get fairly good results. I did get several rather large air bubbles in those petals. Now, that being said, because it's a flower and nothing in nature is perfect, I could play it off like that. But I feel like because of the sheer number of petals and how thin those areas are for that resin to go down, I almost feel like a deep pour resin may be the way to go to get it to come out better. That, or just take more time to actually go in there and work out all of those bubbles. I mean, you can 100% do it with regular epoxy. I did. And I'm 99.9% sure that you can get it completely bubble free and not have those air bubbles. It's just going to you're going to have to take a long time to actually work it out of there. Some molds take a little bit more, like, you have to give them special attention. Do you know what I mean? Like with the hippo, yes, okay, for the ears and the eyes, obviously we don't want bubbles there. It doesn't take that long to make sure that you get all the bubbles out and to work it out. Now, something more detailed like that flower mold, you 100% need to take a lot more time. I didn't, because again, it was just a whatever piece. But it is what it is. Anyway, so here is our little Miss Buttons. And I think she turned out super, super cute. I just put little earrings on her ears. I colored in her ears with a rose gold metallic paint pen, black for the eyes. I did the pink in the nose, and then I didn't like it, so I just kind of took some alcohol and wiped it off and then went over those little nose holes with black. And then I put a couple little rhinestones on her ears for just earrings. And on the side of the hip, I put a white heart. Now, I did this because the bubble wasn't all the way through, but it was there, like you could see it. And instead of fixing it, which I could have done had I busted it open, whatever. I didn't want to go that route. I just covered it up with the heart. Anyway, that is a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Saturday in the next one. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. Love ya. Bye.
Blue elephant is strong. Together we belong. In every comment right, you lift me to new heights. Your support, it's clear, gives me reason to cheer.